Welcome to Bronze Medal Moms. We aren't going for gold, we're going for bronze on the daily. I'm Amy.
And I'm Amanda, and we are here to remind you that you don't have to be perfect to show up, survive, and even thrive in motherhood.
Welcome back to Bronze Medal Moms, where making do is basically our brand.
Yep, we're the moms who know how to glue, tape, or zip tie almost anything back together and somehow still get judged by our in-laws.
All right, so today you have been part of this series. We are on week 3 of the No New Things Challenge. But before we dive into that, Amy, how did we do for week 2?
I did pretty good because really most of week 2, week 1 was like, don't add to your Amazon cart. To me, week 2 was very doable.
It was just like, stop scrolling.
It was stop scrolling. It was like unfollow influencers or brands that keep trying to sell you stuff and cook from your pantry and your freezer.
So I did notice to unfollow an influencer, that was easy.
Yeah.
To unfollow brands, I found that I had to do it several times.
Yeah, they're relentless.
Yeah, they'll come out. They're like, no, you didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. And I was like, no. So I had to click a couple things like 2 or 3 times to make them finally go away.
So get this, I made a wax appointment. Like my eyebrows are a hot mess. So I made a wax appointment. All of a sudden in my Instagram feed are all of these ads for pain-free hair removal creams. And I'm like, what? Do they
just because you made you weren't talking about just because you made the appointment.
Just because I made the appointment online. So like it's on my computer.
Creepy.
Isn't that creepy? So then I have to, because then I did catch myself like, oh, well, if I could do it at home, then I wouldn't have to make the appointment. And then I'm like, no, I don't need to buy more products that may not even work from an ad on Instagram. But I thought.
Also, I don't want that responsibility. I don't want to be in charge of the shape of my own eyebrows. It'd be like.
True. It's so
doing my own lashes. What could I do?
But it made me realize, like you said, we may unfollow one brand, but another one's just going to pop up.
Yeah, it is going to be constant. Like we have to realize that we live in the world of AI. That's the old Christmas reel joke is when you're by your husband's phone, you just start shouting out things like tennis bracelet, new vacuum.
I will tell you the no spin day was harder for me though. That was one from last week. That was a little bit harder. My husband, we talked about husbands and dads and how they're suckers. Whenever he picks my daughter up from school, she can always talk him into going to get frozen yogurt. In fact, they go so often to the Chiller Bee over by our house. They know.
So there has to be a specific place they go that it's like routine.
They go to Chiller Bee, and on Mondays it's Mustache Monday. You get 10% off. Tuesday is something. Wednesday's like Guess Your Weight Wednesday. And so they know all these special days. Yeah. Like, no, guess the weight of the froyo. Because you fill it up.
Wait, I was like, I don't want to go.
No, guess the weight of your frozen yogurt cup and you get it for free. And they go so often, they can guess their weight of how heavy their Anyway, that's how often they go. And so when I pick her up, she's like, can we get froyo? And I'm like, no, like that's your dad's thing. That's your dad's thing. But
my thing is not spending money.
Right. So that was hard. And then we also on rehearsal days, we had gotten into a habit of stopping at Starbucks every day in between the house and the theater. And I get brew and she gets her little lemonade. And so no spin days were hard. I didn't realize, because at first I thought, oh yeah, there's certainly days where I don't buy anything. No, that's not true.
It's not. And even I found like I went all day on a Saturday, because on a Saturday, that's easy for me. I'm doing laundry. We're running around with kids stuff. The biggest challenge is, not having food while you're out. Like bring your snacks, bring your things. We're having food at the house, that type of thing. But I noticed it was Saturday, and by the end of the day, I felt so proud that I hadn't spent any money. I wanted to treat myself already and go out to dinner.
Right, exactly. You're like, I'm so proud of not spending money. I'm going to celebrate by spending money.
Right. I didn't even make it like 24 hours. I was like, no, let's celebrate now. I've done so well. Good for me.
Right. So, okay. So this week, though, week 3 of the No New Things Challenge is all about repair, reuse, and being resourceful like our grandparents were back in the day.
Exactly. My grandmother could basically, fix a toaster with a butter knife and sheer willpower.
Yes. And my husband and I have talked about this before. Like, we are so quick, not only if something breaks or gets a hole in it, like, we just buy new. I will
Yeah.
even do it if something gets too dirty. And we'll talk about that.
What
And
would
we'll talk
get too
about that. Okay.
dirty?
Well, I'll talk about that. So the first one, number one, is you're going to mend or repair an item.
Yes.
I mean,
Which I think is an easy one is think about clothes.
it is easy, but like we don't do that anymore. But I remember back in the day, like grandma sewing grandpa's socks that got holes in them.
Yes.
And when I was a kid, if I got a hole in my jeans, my mom would buy me a super cool like rainbow patch and put the
Yep.
patch over it.
I do that. I still do that. That the kids, when they get holes in their pants, I'll buy a cool patch. Rue still likes the patches. Roger's like, can I please just have new pants?
Yeah.
But I will say this too. There is something to be said. Buying your own fabric now is actually more costly than buying some pre-made clothes.
Yeah.
So I think that that's why there's been a shift, as in like, okay, I could buy these, buy the yard fabric. It's $12 for the yard and make a pair of pants, or I could buy these pants already made at Target for $10.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's so easy to be like, I'll just buy new instead of repairing. So maybe not like you're not starting from scratch, just repair little things like little holes in sweaters or I just repaired actually my girlfriend got me from Hawaii this great it's like a burlap bag, but it's like a shopping bag. And it's just so cool. Like the handle's cool, everything about it's cool. But it's this burlap, it had worn. It's about like 8 years old. And
Yeah.
I patched it up and it looks great.
But that's awesome. Well, you're right. Because when she was going through when she only wore black leggings from Target, she would get holes in them on the knee. Well, those leggings are like $5 when they
Yeah,
go.
they're $5.
Yeah, they're $5. But I think for other things, mending them, like right now, her Nike shoes that she got on her Yes Day with her Aunt Kim, which is probably a whole other podcast episode, the like bottom rubber was coming off. So like we're repairing those now. They're on the counter. We're not buying a new pair of shoes. We're gluing.
Right.
Yeah. So mend or repair, and you're right. It's like the grandma method. Like what would grandma do? And they would fix things. They wouldn't go out and buy something new. They would try to fix it.
I will say I do have a sewing machine because I like to quilt. I don't make clothes. I like to quilt. I can sew in a straight line. I can't sew in a curve.
Yeah.
But I can sew a straight line like the best of them. But the first time my husband loves those pretty pricey like golf shorts.
Mm-hmm.
He wears those constantly in the summer. And one like got snagged by a nail or something, and there was a hole in it. And he was like, "Oh, I gotta throw these shorts." And I sewed it. I was like, "Well, I can probably sew that." And I sewed it for him. He thought I was a flippin' magician. He was like, "Can you do this to more things?" And I was like, "Oh, straight lines, straight lines."
Well, and I do think this is easier to mend or repair with clothing. It is harder with toys and appliances not because we don't know how to do it necessarily. I actually heard, I don't, and maybe this was part of Ashley's book too, but companies that make things like air fryers and crock pots and coffee pots. Actually, maybe this was something that Steve and I found out because we had an appliance that broke and it just needed one little part. And if we could just get the one little part for like $10, we could fix it and keep using it. And the company was like, no, we don't do that. They sent us a whole brand new coffee pot. And we're like,
Really?
but they said for them, especially because everything is so mass produced nowadays, that it's easier for them to send a whole new unit than just give us the little part to fix. So you may not be able to actually repair things nowadays as well. So this challenge may go more so to clothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that in the first week, remember I don't know if y'all go back and listen or watch us on Instagram. But I had a grand plan to reorganize a little closet in our bedroom, and then it was too much, and so I went to my shoe section instead. But in that closet, my bedroom, this is so embarrassing to say, my mother passed away. It'll be 5 years ago in November, and I had made her a quilt out of these scraps from my grandma's quilts, and it needed to be repaired. I still haven't repaired it. It's been 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's still just sitting in the closet. I'm not using it. I'm not doing anything to it. It is just taking up space in the closet. So that's gonna be my big challenge for mend or repair. I'm gonna repair that quilt this week. That's gonna be my goal.
Look at you. Look at you. Love that.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it.
I love it. Love it. Okay. So the next thing then is repurpose or upcycle something instead of tossing it.
Like turning an empty candle jar into a pencil holder, and now your house smells like autumn pumpkin spice explosion all the time.
Well, I know that's funny, but I have to tell you, my friend Kim, she used to love those. I think they're the candles that you can get one for every state. I can't remember what they're called. Anyway, but
Does a state have a smell? Does it smell like each state?
It smells like home. And the glass candle jar that they're in are actually the glass tumblers now that everybody has to have, that have like the bamboo lid and the glass straw, you know, that shape.
Oh, how funny.
So and this was like pre-COVID. And so she would keep all of them. She would clean them out when the candle was gone, and those were her glasses at her house, and they made the best drinking glasses.
Wow. I
Yeah.
thought that was actually kind of hard to get all the candle out.
No, I think
Maybe
there's
not.
no, it's not. Whatever she did, like you Google it, those were her drinking glasses. They never had any candle bits at all. Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, and they looked great. And I can maybe even post a picture. I'll put it in our stories because we would use them for like Bloody Marys. They were like the best Bloody Mary glasses. So anyway,
Oh, so fancy. See,
re
okay, I love ideas like that. I love
Yeah.
ideas like that. Also, think about, back to clothes. Can you, try something a different way? Cut up a skirt, make it different. What could you do to make something, to repurpose something that you already have?
Right. And so we never do this. We need to start. Growing up, my parents used old sheets as like drop rags. Whenever my dad would work on something or paint, they were always old sheets. And my mom's dust cloths, I didn't realize it until I was older, but now I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Her dusting cloths were my dad's old white undershirts.
Our dusting
Oh.
cloths were our baby diapers, our cloth diapers.
Oh yeah, my mom used some of those too. So old diapers, or when my dad he always wore a white undershirt under his dress shirts for work. And whenever one would get a hole or get too many pit stains, she would cut them up, and those were her dust rags.
So Chris, my husband, is very handy, and handy, not handsy, handy. And he does woodworking in the garage. If we have an old blanket or sheets that go bad, it's like Christmas to him. He's
Yeah.
like, "Yep, I'll take it." Like he has a whole pile of them, and it does because he does woodworking, paint stuff, all the things. Like it is his jam to have old sheets and stuff to put stuff on.
Yeah, love it. But love it.
All right, so next, okay, so first we're gonna mend or repair. Second, repurpose or upcycle what you have. Third, this is my favorite, explore secondhand stores.
Oh, I love this one. I love it. But you have to be careful, I feel like, because
True.
you walk into the thrift store because you really need a lamp and you're going to do good. You're not going to order it on Amazon. You're going to go to the thrift store. But then you leave with like 17 wine glasses and coffee mugs and a board game or something, right? So you do have to be careful.
Yes, you do have to be careful, and you like go in with a mission.
Yeah.
And also I will say this, don't take your kids the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe take them another time, but your kids will lose their minds over the toy section of secondhand stores. Like we have Texas Thrift here in Texas that's amazing. The Goodwill, Salvation Army, they all have toy sections that are all like just old toys that maybe the stickers are kind of like off of them or the batteries just aren't in there anymore, but they're fine. And tons of stuffed animals. And my kids will lose their minds that I'm like, I'm not getting anything done in here. I'm not finding what I need because I don't have time to look because I'm monitoring children. So that's your tip. Go without your kids the first time, but also go in with a plan of I am going for this or a budget of like, and if I find other things, I'm not spending above this because you could easily go to a secondhand store and drop a couple $100.
Yeah. Yeah. Easily. And walk out with crap you don't need, right? This is the no new things challenge. We're only looking at stuff we need. Now, the other place, my neighborhood is super, super active. So anytime I need something for the theater, and I could actually apply this to my personal life, I'll post on the neighborhood page and people almost always have stuff for free. I've
Yes,
gotten free bar stools, a wall clock, like all kinds of stuff. But you also can use Facebook Marketplace.
I love Facebook Marketplace. I feel like
Yeah.
it's so easy to use.
I am an idiot when it comes to Facebook Marketplace.
Why?
I feel like I need a tutorial because when I go on Facebook Marketplace, I either find crap or I find, you know, how sometimes you go on there and it's like businesses posting brand new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I can't find anything. But then I have friends like you that decorate their whole house with Facebook Marketplace.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love Facebook Marketplace. I will say this though too. You gotta be careful with Facebook Marketplace because there are thieves and scammers. So don't just, Venmo everybody money right now.
Yeah.
I will say this. So we went to a friend's house. This was over the summer. I don't think I brought this up on a podcast yet, but they moved in down the street. We were so excited. Just down the street. So we rode our bikes to go see them. And when we left, my daughter's bike was parked right by their front door and it got stolen.
Oh.
And she was so heartbroken. We walked our butts home and she was just so sad about it. My husband and I immediately get on Facebook Marketplace and we're looking for a bike for her. She has to have a bike. She loves riding a bike. And it was about 3 days later that my husband walks in and goes, "This is Rue's bike, right?" And the person that stole it was selling it on Facebook Marketplace. And we tried to buy it, but they wouldn't let us buy it because I think they could see that we were in the area that they stole it from. So,
Oh my gosh, that's awful. That's awful. I don't like that story.
like, edit.
Don't like that story. Okay, so the next thing though is practice a DIY replacement.
Mm.
So for like cleaning supplies, you could maybe make your own with vinegar, lemon, and water, possibly.
Yeah, he swears by, and you can look this up, vinegar, like white vinegar, can clean everything.
Yeah.
It can clean everything. And now it will, if you just use white vinegar, your house will smell like you're dyeing Easter eggs all the time.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. But if you blend it and do like with a little lemon juice and water and like it can actually smell really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and maybe you could even try like a DIY face mask with oatmeal and honey. Your kids might make fun of you, like you have breakfast stuck to your face. That's all right. That's all right. You have a
But
face
you're
mask.
exfoliated and snack ready.
Right. And you haven't bought something new. So DIY replacements when you can. And really, this whole no new things challenge just really forces you to think outside of the box and take a minute to think about what you have or how resourceful you could be before you hit that add to cart. We're really just wanting to delay the add to cart because there's lots of solutions in
Right.
10 minutes if you can delay add to cart.
Do you know what popped in my head just now with us talking about making your own cleaning supplies and vinegar? Did you ever do this growing up that we were talking about the different fabrics used for like dusting? Excuse me, but the different fabrics. But we would use to clean the mirrors and the windows, you would use like Windex and newspaper.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Do you
Yep.
remember that? And it was like something about the newspaper made the window like it wouldn't have any streaks.
Well, can I also let's talk about how sad I am that newspapers aren't a thing anymore.
I was gonna say, but then you'd have to go probably buy newspaper.
I wanted, so when my grandmother turned 100, the local paper came out and did a story. And I obviously
Cute.
wanted hard copies. I wanted hard copies of the story. It took me forever to find a store in my hometown where I could get the newspaper.
Really?
Yes, and I was someone who, when my husband and I first got married, I had the newspaper delivered every day to my house. I had a paper boy. I loved reading the paper. I loved the Sunday paper. Like my husband will tell you, my Sunday ritual used to be to wake up with my coffee, read the Sunday paper, go through the comics, go through the coupons and the ads. Like I love a newspaper, but also a newspaper can be repurposed for a million things.
Oh my gosh, so many.
We used to use it like that's what we would paint on. That's what we would wrap stuff in. That's what we would clean the windows with. That's what we would craft in paper. You can't find newspaper anymore. It's not
Remember wrapping birthday presents and comics? That was such a huge thing.
you cannot find the newspapers anymore to like it's not, and it makes me so sad because we could repurpose it for a lot of things. Yeah.
I never subscribed to the newspaper, so
Oh.
part of the problem. But I did subscribe to Women's Wear Daily. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's like a tiny newspaper. It's super small, like maybe only 3 pages. But it comes out daily, and it's a fashion magazine about what's going on not a magazine, it's a fashion newspaper about what's going on in the world of fashion. And it's great. It's like crack. It's
no
just so wonderful for anyone who loves fashion information. But yes, you used to have so much you could do with newspaper, but you'd have to find newspaper. So
Right. That's the hard part. Well, okay. So the other thing though is going to be a little bit easier. It is number 5 for week 3, and that is a capsule wardrobe. 10 items.
I disagree. This sounds very hard.
Really?
Yes.
I already do this. It's basically because I wear the same leggings every day because laundry is annoying.
But when you call it a capsule wardrobe, it does sound very chic, like
does.
fashion magazine like.
It does.
But I do think, I don't know. I always say if I didn't care what I wear, and I love fashion. I think it's a fun way to express yourself. But I also am a big fan of jeans and a gray V-neck t-shirt. I could wear that every single day of my life. So, but then I couldn't wear that to work 5 days a week. That'd be boring.
Right. Well, I will say, I have to say, you are very good. You always look so fashionable when I see you.
Oh, that's nice.
You do, but also because I know you repurpose stuff, you borrow stuff, you wear some like maybe it's your mom's jewelry, maybe it's a friend's dress, like
Yeah.
you always have something cute and new and fashionable on, but I know you're not out at Nordstrom's every week buying new stuff.
You're like, but I know you didn't buy it.
You repurpose stuff really well.
I do. I repurpose stuff. And the other thing I do, which everybody at work at the school can attest to this because I will tell them when I'm doing this. I will wear something that I haven't worn. Like I'll see something in my closet that I haven't worn in a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of that. I kind of feel like I still want it. So I'll wear it, even if it doesn't feel like what I want to wear that day, and I'll see if it gets a reaction at all. Sometimes people like it, and other times people are like, no, that's a bad dress. That needs to go.
Well, so the capsule wardrobe, it is a thing. A lot of people do a capsule wardrobe when they're minimalizing, when they're decluttering. Some people do a capsule wardrobe just for work. Some people do it just for travel. We did it, and I know our listeners may get tired of me saying when we lived in the RV. I feel like I say that a lot, but it was
a big deal. It's a big time in life, and it changed your perspective.
It did, and so many life lessons came out of that year in the RV, and one of them was a capsule wardrobe, but it was by accident. It's because we didn't have a lot of storage space in the RV. And so we knew when we moved into the RV, we would have to pack for every season, summer, winter, fall, spring, but also have to pack literally no more than like 10 items for each of us for every season because we didn't have the space. We just didn't. And the other great thing that came of that, and I told my husband, that's why we've been kind of purging all of our stuff. It made laundry so much more manageable. When you only,
Yeah.
when you only have 10 pairs of underwear, you have to do laundry, but then your laundry doesn't pile up to where it's this giant pile. Like, and now it's so easy. I've heard my friends say like, "Oh my gosh, I had no clean clothes, so I went to Target and I bought new underwear." Well, no, like just do the laundry. But the problem is,
You probably did have clean clothes. You just didn't want to wear those clean clothes.
right, right. We have so much now. You do have the clothes. It's in a laundry pile that looks like Chewbacca over in the corner, and it's totally overwhelming because you're like, "Oh, it's going to take all day." But a capsule wardrobe, when you have limited items, it does. It makes laundry better. When you walk into your closet, it's easier because, like I said, everything fits, everything goes together. You're not, I mean, I used to spend so much time back in the day getting ready for work because I'd get frustrated that nothing fit, nothing matched, and I spent all that time and then I'd be grumpy. Whereas
Right.
if you do this challenge and you get rid of stuff that doesn't fit, and then everything in your closet fits and it's the wardrobe, it all matches, it all like that shirt can go with shorts and jeans and a skirt. It's just, I don't know, you save so much time, and it helps my like mood. I'm
I
looking.
will say, I mean, I feel talk about the RV all you want. I enjoy it. I love it. I think our listeners do too.
Oh, thank
I
you.
talk about my mom dying and the house fire all the time. We can talk about that all we want. But
Yeah.
I have this very vivid memory of after our house fire. If you haven't listened to other episodes, we had a house fire when I was 15, lost everything. And when we moved into like our rental house because we were rebuilding our house, I had a walk-in closet and we had gone to Old Navy and we had bought we'd bought 5 outfits and I had 3 pairs of pajamas. And it was so I had an outfit to wear to school every single day. And then I had pajamas at night. And I remember walking into my closet and not feeling sad, but feeling very stress free of
Mhm.
like, nope, here's my Tuesday outfit, done. Here's my Wednesday outfit. Like it wasn't a sad thing that I only had 5 outfits to wear. It was so easy.
Yes.
And now I look at my closet and I'm like, how did this happen? I only need 5 outfits.
Oh goodness. Yes. Well, okay. So capsule wardrobe,
All
and
right,
then
last one, last one.
yep, last one. Last one. We are gonna.
This last one is share resources with a friend or neighbor, which is kind of like our buy nothing site, but you're sharing, so you're gonna get it back.
Yes, and this, if you have next door neighbors that you can just go to, like I borrowed a drill from my neighbor when I needed it. I spent 20 minutes then trying to figure out how to turn it on, but I borrowed it. If you have an active neighborhood page like mine, I see this all the time. People will
Yeah.
ask, like, even the most random stuff. I've had someone say, "Hey, does anyone have like a pack and play?" Because I have a kid coming over for a couple of days and I don't want to buy one, I just want to borrow it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a perfect example. Or like once we had this part of our yard, we were gonna do a garden in. I don't know why. Chris and I both don't have green thumbs. We had all these plans to do a garden. It's didn't happen. But we had to till the soil and we didn't really want to rent something. We didn't want to hire someone to do it. And it was too big of a space kind of to not have a machine to do it. And we just asked on the neighborhood page. Somebody came over and it took like 30 minutes. It
Yeah.
was done. And we bought them lunch to say thank you. Easy.
I was really proud of myself. So when Adelaide turned 10, I did like the big, huge birthday party. I hired the person to come set up individual little beds in the theme, like the tent beds, with the
Oh,
mattresses.
the little overnight tents. Those are so cute.
Oh my gosh, I spent way too much money, but I thought this is it. This is the big one. We won't do it again. Well, then she turned 12 this August. And I thought she'd just maybe want a couple people over. She wouldn't want to sleep over. And she's like, no, 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 I want to sleep over and I want to invite like 12 people. I'm like, what? She's like, Mommy, as I get older, that I actually will want to do more sleepovers, not less. So I was like, okay, but I'm not spending that kind of money.
No.
So what I told her is if you clean out the playroom, then we can have a sleepover because I don't have any other room otherwise for that many girls. And instead of going out, which would have been super easy to do on Amazon, buy little twin bed air mattresses, I borrowed from a neighbor who had
Smart.
she had an air mattress. My other neighbor had an air mattress. So we just made the whole playroom floor. Like I took the bed mattress off of our sleeper sofa. I took a mattress out of Adelaide's room, off of her trundle, and then I used air mattresses. And so I was very proud of myself that I did not. So I did share resources. You can borrow.
And the truth is, we've talked about this too, that when you're asking for something, people want to give. It makes people feel like they're doing good too by sharing their things. So I think it's a two-way street, that it benefits both people, that people feel like they're, contributing to the community and you get something done, and it's really nice.
People want to help. They
Yeah.
want to be helpful. Yes, so true. So true. Okay, so let's to recap. The goal of this week is to actually have a little bit of pride in making things last and relying less on that new buy, add to cart cycle.
So the translation, if it's broken, fix it. If it's ugly, upcycle it. If all else fails, duct tape it. I don't care.
Exactly. We are repairing, reusing. We're going back to that grandma method for week 3.
If you had any big wins with this during week 3, I want to see if you had something that you're like, you're not going to believe what I upcycled. We want to see it. Let us know.
Yes, yes. And next week we'll tackle the final round of the challenge. And until then, mend your buttons, wear your capsule wardrobe, and maybe share your crock pot with us.
Preferably the crock pot that holds enough stuff. Like I need an extended air fryer.
Yes, maybe. Or actually, that's what we'll say. Everyone, if you have a big air fryer, share it with Amanda.
Yeah, give me your air fryer. That'd be great.
All right. Bye, Bronze Medal Mom.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to our moms on Bronze Medal Moms.
Don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, and leave us a review. We'd love to hear from you. See you soon.